Hi then everyone, welcome back. Today's video I'm going to be talking about something I did again the second time around. Yes, I picked up a car. It's a car that I've already owned before, so I know about the car already. And yeah, but before I get into that, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone, you know, for following me, for subscribing, giving my videos a like and a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And yeah, obviously if you like what you see and you're new to the channel, don't be scared to hit that subscribe button and obviously smash the thumbs up button, I guess. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get into it. So, what car did I buy? I bought this Mark 5 Golf GTI. This one, this time, is a 5-door. The one I had previously was a 3-door. And the main reason for buying this, if I'm honest with you, we needed a family car. And my wife can drive, well, she can drive manual. She chooses to drive automatic anyway. I don't know why. I do tell her all the time, you need to get back onto manual, because in automatic is expensive. But yeah, so I picked this up not too long ago. It's been a few months I've owned this. It's pretty clean for the condition. It's originally a 55 plate. That's a 2005-2006 model. It is a DSG, so this is the six-speed gearbox, and standard these cars come 200 bhp. It's a 2-litre FSI turbocharged engine, which is quite common in the VAG platform. So it's got the 17-inch Monza alloy wheels, projector headlamps. This one has got a few optional extras. So it's got the power folding mirrors with the puddle lights. It's also got parking sensors on the rear, and that's about it really. Nothing more to it, I guess. Oh, I've got the flappies, which I hardly ever use, neither does my wife. I mean, where are you going to use the paddles unless you're racing, and where you're racing, you can't race in London, that's for damn sure. But I mean, yeah, to be honest, it's a very ideal car for me, simply because it's quite spacious. You know, I've got 2 car seats in there as well. The reason why I say 2, because I've got one little girl and I've got another child on the way, so my wife is expecting. Yeah. I mean, yeah, so I had a big think about what I was gonna get, and to be honest, this one kind of worked out for me, simply because on the Golfs the boot space is just amazing, man. Like it's massive. Boot space is massive. The comfortability when you're driving and sitting inside the car is actually really nice as well. So I mean, yeah, it was just like an all-rounder for me, to be honest. And I've obviously, where I've had one before, I actually know how to I know my way around it. Now, I picked the car up for cheap. I wouldn't say cheap, but fairly cheap. One thing I can't understand is how these Mark 5s always have a mad amount of owners on the car. Like every time you go to look at one, or you go to buy one, like, you know, 5, 6, 7 owners. I mean, you sit there and you think, oh, is it worth getting? Like, how do you know how it's been treated and whatnot? But this particular car, it was a funny story actually. So I went to go and see it with Fayaz, you all know, and Farhan, Super Malik. We actually went to go see it in Clacton-on-Sea. And when we went, as we was going through the car and I was test driving and whatnot, they were actually looking at the logbook. And they're like, hang on, there's loads, by the way, tons of service history. So we was going through it, and I noticed a lot of invoices were from TPS and a lot of Universal Motors. Now, Universal Motors is a garage where Sean actually works, Banks Motorsports. I'll put a link to his video just in that top corner. So yeah, so gave him a call and I said, Sean, do you know anyone that owns this Mark 5? And he was like, yeah, it's Ian's car, definitely buy it. So you know what, closed my eyes, bought the car, drove it home. Perfect. To be honest, I've owned it for about what, 2.5 months, and nothing major, no major issues, nothing. I know the gearbox needs servicing, so I need to service the gearbox. Timing belt kit and water pump needs doing, which I'm going to do soon as well. I've just done the cam chain and tensioner on the vehicle, and that was done by Saeed. So if anyone needs any work done, Takuma Auto Clinic, go check him out. He's really good. He knows his Mark 5s inside out. So he done my cam chain and tensioner, and to be honest, since then, like, I mean, what the reason why I changed this cam chain and tensioner is I started noticing ticking noise, like very loud. Now, I know these are quite ticky, but I started noticing, like, as I'm sitting inside the car and it's on idle, it's just very loud, like sounds like a diesel. So I gave him a call, he came down, he had a look at it, told me to bring it in, diagnosed that yes, it was the cam chain and tensioner. So I've had that done now, and the car drives amazing. There's a few bits and bobs that I will need to change, but I mean, to be honest, for me, the reason why I chose this, in my opinion, I think it's the best family hatchback car. Obviously, if you have 3 kids or more, it's not the one for you. But you know, if you have 2 kids and you know you want something, for me, I wanted something a little bit nice, a little bit sporty, a little bit fast, and does everything else. And this was a car for me, man. I just, you know what, they're really good cars. I love them. So yeah, right, so I think what I'm going to do now is just go for a little spin, take you guys with me, yeah, so give you guys an insight of how it drives, and yeah, in a bit. Another thing that, you know what, I'm going to actually go through the cons with this car. This is one of them. When you flick your window up, I put my seatbelt on because last time in one of my videos I accidentally had my seatbelt off for a few minutes and bloody hell, I got grilled for it. So definitely don't advise not wearing your seatbelt. Wear your seatbelt, guys. Yeah. So as I was saying, these windows, every time you click it up, it will go up, and about halfway it will just come down again. It's just so annoying. Another issue with these Mark 5s is the boot latch. So a lot of you Mark 5 owners will know that over a few years or a certain period of time, the boot latch is actually where the actual handle is, just below that, the rim around it actually corrodes. It starts rusting, and then it's just, yeah, it's just headache. It just looks really nasty. So that's one. You got the front wings. So the wings, they start rusting as well. Normally they are covered by warranty, but I think that's up to about 10 years. I think 8 years, or correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not sure, something like that. You got the roof, the little grommet, the aerial, that starts corroding, or it starts tearing apart. Then change that as well. I mean, a lot of sensor issues. They're quite common with thing, obviously, with the DSGs. Fingers crossed, I mean, hopefully, fingers crossed, it doesn't happen to me and I don't have to go through it. But you know, you got the DSG, the mechatronics decides to just die after a little while. So I mean, yeah, you know, there's a few cons to this car, but I mean, that's with every car, I guess, right? You know, you buy a car, you can buy a £20,000 car, and there might be problems with it. What you do then? Nothing. Yeah, it is hot, by the way. It's really hot. I've got the windows up so you guys can hear me. But yeah, no, I mean, this car, you know what? With all its cons and everything, it's a really nice hatchback to drive. And I mean, yeah, this is a car to if you don't own one, or you're thinking about getting one, get it. If you think, you know, you can afford to run the car. I mean, the costs, like, let's just say, okay, so let's talk about running costs. Tax, you're looking at about $230 to about $280, in between that price range. What else? Insurance. I mean, the insurance group is quite low. I'm paying a good amount of money for insurance. I know a lot of guys get good quotes on these cars. It's not too pricey. So I haven't done any interior mods, I haven't done any external mods. I don't think I'm going to do any mods. I mean, I'm tempted, I do get tempted. I went, you know, when I went to the Mark 5 meet the other day, I was really tempted to, you know, come back and look at my options of what I could do without causing any major differences. But you know, I weighed up my options, and I just thought, you know what, you start one thing, you change another thing, and so on. It just goes on. It's something that you can't really stop. So I just thought about it, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to keep it completely stock. I'm just going to drive it around. My wife drives it as well, so you know, we both share the car. It's for me, it's my family car. So yeah, I mean, it does what it needs to do, to be honest, and I love it. So yeah, this is 200 brake standard, and I mean, it does put the power down. You can feel the power when you put your foot down. With the DSGs, to be honest, I'm more of a manual guy. I do prefer my manuals. I just feel like when you drive a manual, you can kind of choose when you want to change gear. You can kind of choose how much power you want to put down. With the DSGs, obviously the computer, the mechatronics is doing it all itself. I mean, yes, you can put it into sports and manual and same thing, but it just doesn't feel the same to me. But that being said, it is quite quick. Quite quick, but I'm not that guy. Not anymore. Not anymore. Sensible dad. That's me. So yeah, I mean, no man, it's a good car. It's a good car. I don't think there's anything else to review on this car, to be honest. I mean, it is what it is. I will be looking sometime soon. I will be looking at getting something for myself to do a project on. I know you're probably wondering where's the Mark 4 gone. So with that, I've done it. I didn't really record much. I was just going through, you know, I lost a bit of momentum, I'm not gonna lie to you, and I just couldn't bother videoing and stuff like that. It's just, you know, I don't know what was going on. And then yeah, I just kind of finished it off. Last thing was left was the rear bumper, and then yeah, I just ended up stripping the car, sold it. I then bought an Audi A4 Estate Quattro 2-litre TFSI, and I just sold that, and then I just ended up buying this. And then obviously, yeah, I thought about it, and I thought, you know what, this YouTube, I want to do it. I really do want to do it, and I want to get on it. You know, I get a lot of support from you guys, and I thought, you know what, I can't let you all down. So that's why I'm going to try and put as much content as I can out there, and kind of fill you guys in and get you guys more involved with whatever I'm planning on doing. So yeah, so I mean, I will be looking at a new project car. If you guys have any suggestions, do let me know in the comments section. And yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thank you guys for watching. Again, if you haven't already, subscribe, smash the thumbs up button, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.